Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to give you a guide all about Otome games and the best consoles to play them on. And if you're a new player or if you're, already into the Otome genre but you just want to know about other games and other consoles, then this video is for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. So before we dive into the bunch of games and the consoles that you could play, the Otome genre on, I'm first going to tell you what Otome is. So Otome is basically just, romancing. Like it's targeted towards women to romance a bunch of guys. And I just want you all to know that most Otome games are targeted towards women to romance men. So if you're a lesbian or you're a gay guy, you might not enjoy these types of games since you do have to romance men. But they are a few exceptions. There are a few different games that do target towards lesbian and gay guys, but it is a very small percentage, unfortunately. And I do hope one day that we'll get to the point where more lesbian and gay Otome games get localized so everybody could enjoy them. So the opposite of Otome game, and not many people probably know about this, even I didn't even know there was an official word, but the opposite of Otome is Bishoujo. And Bishoujo is basically, the opposite of Otome, where instead of you playing as a woman romancing guys, you're playing as a guy romancing women. And I actually own visual novel that is a cross between Otome and Bishoujo. Unfortunately, it hasn't been localized yet. I do hope that one day it will be localized because I have played a bit of it using a translator, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty, simple and cute and all that. So I'm first gonna dive into going from the oldest console in the games to the newest console in the games. So first up is the PSP. So I'm sure many of you know about the PSP if you haven't been living under a rock, but the PSP is the oldest and also the most beloved console that Sony has put out. So I own the Lavender Hannah Montana edition, and I absolutely loved it. Ever since I was younger and my cousin had the PSP and the PS Vita, I just really wanted to own this. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the PSP and where you might find it, because since this is an older console, it is very much hard to find it. Especially new. I don't even think you'll be able to find it new unless you get a Japanese import. Well, Japanese imports cost a lot of money. So where I got my PSP off of, and I'm not sponsored, I'm too small of a channel to even be sponsored at this point, but I got my PSP off of Mercari, and Mercari is a really good website to buy used secondhand, pretty much anything. I like to call it the better eBay. I'm sure many of you know what eBay is, and you probably, if you're into the whole video game genre, especially the Otome genre, PS Vita, PSP, type of thing, you probably use eBay to buy a lot of older, hard to get Otome games, visual novels. So Mercari to me is a better eBay, and the reason why I say it's a better eBay is because it is completely secure. And I'm not lying, it is completely secure. I have bought so many secondhand things, including this, off of there, and I just love it. So how Mercari works is when you find something that you want to buy, you buy it, and then the seller has 3 days to ship it out. And during that duration of, you know, the 3-day time period that they're supposed to ship your item out, Mercari themselves holds on to your money. And you know, they hold on to your money until you get the item, and then that's when you can look at the item, see if it's, you know, how, you know, the seller described it, how it looks in the pictures, and if you're satisfied, you could click that you received the item, and you could also rate the seller. And that's pretty much, you know, how it is. It's easy, fast. I love how secure it is. I also like to call Mercari you know, AliExpress too, because AliExpress does the same thing where you could go on, you know, buy a lot of cheap stuff from China. AliExpress holds it to your money. You know, you wait until you get it, see if you like it. Then you could tell Mercari, I'm not Mercari, but you tell AliExpress, yeah, I got this, pay, you know, AliExpress will pay the seller and all that. But yeah, so I got my PSP from Mercari, and the seller that I bought it from had like a whole bundle. So they were giving this PSP, this case, 3 random games, a 32GB memory stick, and the charger, and that was an amazing deal. Like, I think for this I paid was it 150? I think it might have been 150, including, you know, shipping, tax, and all that. But yeah, this was definitely a good price that I paid for, because I was just given a whole bunch of stuff for it. And if you guys have never, you know, owned a PSP, you don't know much about it, memory sticks are also, well, I don't know, I think you might be able to find some memory sticks on Amazon, but it is also important to buy some memory sticks, because you will not be able to play the PSP if you don't have a memory stick installed, because the memory stick is needed in order to, you know, hold space, you know, whatever games you have. So it's pretty much like, well, the PS Vita is pretty much like the PSP, where you pretty much need, you know, a memory card. But yeah, so that's basically the PSP, and I love it. I actually put some extra little phone charms that I have on it, and I just really like it. So these are the games I have for my PS4 that I have for my PSP so far, and this is really just a small bit of how many games the PSP have. So unfortunately, the PSP Otome genre doesn't have a lot of localized games, because I even remember looking up for like Otome games for the PSP, and it was just really hard to find games that were already localized, that already had like a physical. So it's pretty unfortunate, and I do hope that more PSP games do get, you know, localized more, so then, you know, other people who don't want to buy the PSP could play it, or people who, like me, who do have a PSP but we want to play the game in English, then we can. But so far, this is what I have, and I do plan on buying more once I'm able to buy more. But yeah, this is just 3 Japanese games, and both of these are already in English. So yeah, so basically what I have is the original Hakaoki, because Hakaoki, I think it was originally on the PSP or maybe the PS2 or something like that. But yeah, but either way, this is the original Hakaoki, Demon of the Fleeting Blossoms. And then surprisingly, they actually came out with a hack and slash, which I didn't even know. I was just looking on Amazon one day, and I just came across this, and I was like, I did not know that hack and slash Hakaoki game was made. So of course, with me being a huge Hakaoki fan, I got this. So now I have the Hakaoki games for the PSP, the Vita, I have a boy. And the next is a Japanese game. So like I said earlier, this is the visual novel that is half Otome and half Bishojo. And the reason why I say that is because the two main characters are brother and sister, and you do get a choice of playing as the brother or the sister, and both of them have their own love interests. So the girl naturally has, you know, a few different guys that she could romance, and the boy has like a few different female characters that he could romance. So if you are, you know, studying Japanese, you know, or you just like want to play, you know, Bishojo combined with the Otome game, then definitely recommend this. But yeah, so I do play with the translator because of course, you know, I don't know Japanese and I kind of don't have the patience to like sit down and learn Japanese just to play these games. So I do use a translator. It's not Google Translate, because I follow someone on TikTok who talks a lot about BL and, you know, just visual novels and romance games and stuff like that. And she recommended a translator that I actually feel like is better than Google Translate. I'll put on the screen what it is because I don't even remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so I forgot the Japanese name for this. So the Japanese name for this is, and apologies if I butchered this, but it's called Seishun Hajime Mashita. So that's basically the name of this in Japanese. Of course, I don't know the name of it in English. I even tried to use the translator to see like what it would be called in English, but of course, you know, struggle bus. And the next is Otome game that I really hope it'll get localized one day. But this is also in Japanese and it's pretty interesting. It's pretty different. I only played just a little bit at the beginning, but I already like it. And this one is called Shinigami to Shoujo. That's basically what this is. And then last but not least, I have Black Code, which thankfully they put the name in English. It's funny because originally I wasn't even going to get this because when I looked it up, you know, the plot line on Google to see if I would like it, it's really not my cup of tea. It's basically like a military academy type of thing, and I am not into military at all. But I couldn't help but get this, especially since the seller was selling it for pretty cheap. So I think they sold it for like $20-something. So I just couldn't help but, you know, my Otome visual novel heart was like, I have to have this. So I pretty much got it. But yeah, that's pretty much all the Otome games I have for my PSP. And yeah, I just really love this, and I do hope that more people could like you know, appreciate, you know, the handheld consoles that Sony did put out. But yeah, so I would say try to use Mercari to find a PSP if you're really wanting a PSP. As far as Amazon, the last time I checked for PSP consoles, they were either a lot of money, like I'm telling you, like I think I saw PSPs that were like between 300 and on up. So I'm sure most of us, especially in these pandemic times, we are not trying to spend no 300 and on up on a PSP. So I honestly wouldn't recommend trying to find a PSP on Amazon because they are just really pricey. So I do recommend trying at least Mercari to find no, a better decent price PSP, and you might be able to find one like I did. And if you want to use eBay, go ahead, but I don't like eBay at all. I never used it, never ever going to use it. I'm gonna stick to, you know, Mercari as my better, you know, place to find secondhand stuff. So the next console and games I'm going to talk about is the PS Vita. So the PS Vita, it's literally just my whole world. Like, I have been wanting it for years and years and years, and it's literally my baby. It's literally my treasure, and I'm just so happy to have it, and I don't know what I would do without it. I know that sounds so dramatic, but I'm telling you, like, the PS Vita, I don't know, it just, like, I really don't believe in that whole, oh, this game changed my life, oh, this thing changed, you know, my life. Like, I really don't believe in the whole, a video game could change your life, or, you know, anything like that. I can understand, you know, if TV shows, like, if they have, like, a certain, LGBTQ plus character, then that might change your life. But as far as video games, I really don't believe in a video game really changing your life. But I feel like the PS Vita really did change my life, because I literally don't know. I literally don't know, like, where I would be without it. I mean, of course, I would still be collecting Otome games, but it's like I wouldn't have found my favorite Otome games if it wasn't for the PS Vita, because my top favorite Otome games in general is Hakaoki, Seven Scarlets, just, you know, and these games are only on the PS Vita. So literally, if I have never bought a PS Vita, I wouldn't have found these amazing Otome games, and I don't know where I'll be. But basically, yeah, so the PS Vita, unfortunately, I kind of feel like it's that console where you either love it or you hate it. And before I even bought a PS Vita, I have seen like so many people just hating on it, talking about how it has no games, which if you look up the library of PS Vita games, it has a huge library of games, just as much as 3DS. Like, literally, it has a huge library of games just as much as a 3DS, if not more, if not less. So people saying that this has no games, they're basically saying this has no games that they're interested in. So if any of you are wanting to get into buying a PS Vita and playing a PS Vita, please do not listen to the people that said that this console has no games, because it does have games. They're just saying it doesn't have any games that they're interested in, because along with the PSP, the PS Vita is an amazing Otome machine. It is an amazing console for Otome. It has a lot of both localized and Japanese Otome games. So highly recommend the Vita. So as far as where to get the Vita, I was lucky enough to get this years ago at GameStop. So one of the GameStops in my area actually had this for sale, and I think I bought it for, it was like around 100 something, but it wasn't like too expensive, thankfully, because at the time when I was looking for PS Vitas on Amazon, it was super pricey. Well, at the time it wasn't that pricey, but to me it was like a lot. But now it's a lot more. But anyways, at the time, on Amazon, a Japanese import one was like, I think $200 to $300 and on up. But now if you look on Amazon for a PS Vita, it's probably $300 and on up. So again, I do not recommend buying a PS Vita off of Amazon unless you have money like that to spend. So I do recommend going on Mercari and looking for a PS Vita, because I have come across people selling, you know, PS Vitas for a good price. I've also came across people selling the PSP for a good price. So I do prefer you buying on Mercari, or if you want to buy on eBay, go ahead. Still don't recommend eBay. But yeah, so this is the 3000 edition, I believe, because the PS Vita has come in different editions. What I have is the slim version. So if you guys have seen like the original has the OLED screen, and it's also a bit thicker, which I know most PS Vita owners and lovers do own the original, and they say they prefer the original because of the OLED screen. But for me at the time, and even now, I don't really care about screens. Like, I'm not that type of technical person where I'm like, oh, I have to buy this for the screen because it has better colors and all that. Like, I don't care. I just need like an amazing console just to play amazing games. So that's why I decided to get the slim version, because the slim version is, as you can see, it's slim. So so I felt like it would be better for me to have the slim version to hold in my hands, because this is really light. Like, I can't even imagine how much heavier the original is. But this is really light. Like, I could literally just hold this in my hand, hold it in one hand, and I'm Gucci. So, and I also learned that the slim version has an extra hour of battery life. So that's pretty much the things that I was looking for when it came to buying the PS Vita. I wanted it to be slim. I also wanted to, you know, have good battery life, and that's what this is. It's slimmer, and it has an extra hour battery life. So naturally, I picked this, and luckily, one of the GameStops in my area had it, but I know not everybody is lucky. I know some people have said that no GameStop in their city was, you know, selling PS Vita, so unfortunately they have to buy it off of you know, online. And if you do have to do that, I do recommend Mercari. There's probably someone on there right now selling it for maybe 100, 150, maybe no more, you know, something around those lines. But yeah, so this is my baby, and I put a skin on it. I love this skin. Like, I don't think I'll ever take it off because I just love this skin. It's the Hatsumiku skin, and it is so beautiful. Like, look at this. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. Like, I was really attracted to this skin, like, because of this back, and I also really like the front. And I also put some charms on it, which is of Persona 4, because I love Persona 4 and Teddy, and then Saito, and this from Maki Bento, and then this One Piece. I really love this One Piece because it's like food. It's really, really cute how it's like the One Piece logo, but, you know, food version. Like, the skull head is wearing like a chef's hat and has like the fork and knife. But yeah, and then I also had these thumb grips on it. So for the games, these are currently the Otome games that I have on my Vita, and this is a lot. Like, there are a couple more that I want to get for my PS Vita, but so far this is what I have. These were the games that I have really just been like hunting for and just really wanted to try out. So right now I'm pretty content with my collection, and if I do find some more, or, you know, have the money to like buy some more, then I will. But yeah, this is just the main games that I just wanted to get, and yeah, I just am really happy with my collection. But yeah, so honestly, the only games that I have completed for the PS Vita is the Hakaoki first game and the sequel, and then also Seven Scarlet, and then everything else I'm pretty much in the middle of. I am never going back to Nor 9. Like, I don't care what anybody says, because I know Nor 9, it's like some people's like favorite, or they really like it, but I just did not like Nor 9, and I could be just because I'm not into the whole sci-fi genre. But yeah, but basically I have just Nor 9, Hakaoki, Period Cube, which Period Cube is it's like its own little mess. Psychedelica, the Black Butterfly, Psychedelica, the Ashen Hawk, Seven Scarlet, Color Malice, and Bad Apple Wars. So Color Malice did get a port to the Switch. So if you don't have a PS Vita but you want to play Color Malice, then, you know, I do recommend you just getting it on the Switch. You know, might as well, because I don't even know if you're able to find this, because I think I bought this. Like, most of these games I honestly bought new. I think majority of these games, except for I think Nor 9 I bought like new, so that pretty much just shows that, you know, the Vita is still like, it's on a decline, but it hasn't got there yet. So if you're trying to get into like the PS Vita, I do recommend just hurrying up and buy a console and buying these games, because at the time when I bought the PS Vita and these games, they were pretty cheap. They were a good price. So right now they might be harder to find. They might be, you know, really expensive. But yeah, so oh yeah, and also all of these games are localized, so win-win for that. But I do want to get a couple PS Vita games that haven't been localized. Like one of them is the School Life Hakaoki one, which is basically the Hakaoki characters in like the modern world. So I really want to get that. Unfortunately, that hasn't been localized, but I still want to get it. And some other stuff I want to get that hasn't been localized, but so far these are the PS Vita games that I have that have been localized. So, and last but not least is the current Otome machine that I love absolutely too, is the Nintendo Switch. So if any of you don't own a PSP, don't own a PS Vita, and you don't really want to spend that extra money buying those consoles, I do think that the Switch is the next best option, because they have came out with so many Otome games that have been localized, and I just really love that for us. I really love that for us. That has now become the new Otome machine. Of course, it'll never replace the PSP for me or the PS Vita for me, but I do love that we now have a more modern, up-to-date Otome machine. So because I do have a couple friends that don't have either a PS Vita, but they have a PSP, or they might not have a PSP, but they have a PS Vita. So, you know, this is great. Unfortunately, I don't have many Otome games for this. There are like a lot of Otome games that I really... If you guys buy a lot of Switch games, you know Switch games are so expensive. Like, they are always like $50 to $60, and they rarely go down in price. So I am trying to like build up my Otome collection for this. But so far, I do like the games I have bought for this now. So yeah. I don't think I need to talk much about the Switch, since this is like the more modern Otome machine, and most people that plays, you know, video games or plays on Nintendo has the Switch. So not much to talk about this. These are the Otome games that I have for the Switch, and I also have a couple that are digital. Which one of them I just really don't like at all, so I kind of don't want to talk about it. I really just like, no. We're sticking to these. But yeah, so far I have this, which, like I said earlier, if you guys remember earlier when I said that there are a small percentage of Otome games where they're lesbian or gay, this is one of them. So this is Nurse Love Obsession. It has both Nurse Love Addiction, and Nurse Love Syndrome combined in one, and this is from Limited Run Games. So unfortunately, you're not able to get this from Limited Run Games, so you might have to get it off of Mercari. If someone is selling it on Mercari. But yeah, so this is a lesbian Otome game, and you do play as a woman in both of these games, and you get to romance other women, and I love that. I have finished this, you know, both games, and they were really good. I enjoyed the sequel a lot more than the first game, because I just really like the story more, and I like how it's a bit more hands-on. If you play this, you'll know. If you play this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just really like this, and I do want to get, because I do know that there are some like gay, or shall I say yaoi you know, I guess you could say Bishop games, and I think one of them is called Dog something. It's for the PS Vita, and I think it's about like guys being in prison. I know that sounds so weird, like you're playing a Otome game or a Bishop game, and you're romancing guys in prison, but it's you know, gay game, and I just really want to play that. So one day I'm gonna try to, I think it's called Lucky Dog, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's called Lucky Dog, and it's for the PS Vita. It hasn't been localized, unfortunately. That's why I said that I really hope that we get more, not only we get more gay and lesbian Otome games, but we also get them more localized, because there are people like me who aren't straight that wants to play lesbian or gay or both, you know, Otome games. So yeah, highly recommend this. And the next, I have only completed one route, but this is Cupid Parasite. I'm enjoying this game so far. It's really cute. It has a lot of comedy. I love it. So if you're wanting something lighthearted and you want to laugh, then I do recommend this. And last but not least is Buster Fellows. I can't wait to play this. I have been wanting to play this since it first came out, like at the end of last July. But I'm gonna get to this after I finish Cupid Parasite. So that's basically my whole guide to, you know, the Otome games and where to find, you know, the PSP and PS Vita and all that. I feel like I might be missing some stuff, but in case any of you have, you know, any questions about something that I didn't talk about, leave them in the comments and I'll definitely reply. But for now, I think Gucci. Oh yeah, one last thing before I go. I forgot to mention where you can even buy these games. How can I make an Otome guide and not even like talk about where to buy the games along with where to buy the consoles? So where to buy the PSP games, like I said, most of the ones that I have bought off of Mercari. The Hokkaoki ones I actually bought off of Amazon. They were pretty cheap on Amazon. So, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it will be really hard to find Otome games on Amazon. So you could check Amazon, but I kind of don't really recommend Amazon. So I do recommend Mercari, because Mercari is just amazing with like finding a lot of rare and secondhand stuff. So I do recommend finding some Otome PSP games on Mercari. And same thing for the PS Vita. Look on Mercari for some rare secondhand stuff, because most of the PS Vita games I bought from GameStop. So if you have a GameStop in your area, check GameStop, because they might have some, because most of mine were like from GameStop, from Amazon, from Mercari. So thankfully the PS Vita hasn't like dwindled as much as the PSP yet, but it's getting there. So for the games, just check Mercari, check your local GameStop, check Amazon, because that's pretty much where I got my current collection is from, all three of those places. And yeah, and of course for the Switch, you know, there's a bunch in the eShop. You can also go on Amazon and find some great you know, Otome games and everything like that. So yeah. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a lot of information about where to find, you know, the PSP, PS Vita consoles, where to find the games for it, you know, the different types of games that are on, you know, these consoles and everything. I hope that I'm not really missing anything, but if I didn't say anything that you were curious about, do leave in the comments your question, and I'll definitely reply with, you know, whatever knowledge I have and everything. But like this video, like and subscribe for more content like this. Share this video if you are a PSP, PS Vita, you know, Otome gamer. Let me know down below and we could talk. I actually have like a gaming Instagram where I do like talk about and post a lot of games, of course, like mostly Otome games, but I do also play like other types of games. But anyways, so yeah, so just leave me like some comments down below, wherever you want to talk about, whatever questions you have and everything. Share this video. All my social media links will be down below. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, so go follow me. And yeah, so with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.